Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to Space Chick Crypto. My name is Elizabeth Howard. How is everybody doing tonight in the Vault Inu Army? Y'all, if you are not subbed to the channel, go ahead and do so. Hit that sub button and give me a follow on Twitter at SpaceyCrypto1. Now, y'all, we have December DeMarco coming in the space cabin tonight. We sure do. I'm super stoked. But let me see what is going on with the army really quick. Give me 1 second. What is up? Oh, man, we're getting everybody up in here. Jin, Token, Jobby, how are you? Callum C, One Life, no regrets. Oh, my goodness. Y'all, I just heard the doorbell for the space cabin. Okay. Y'all know December DeMarco. He has written a book. He's super smart. He made his money in Shiba Inu, the last bull run. He really loves Vault Inu. We're going to ask him why. We're going to ask him whatever questions we want. Go ahead and feel free to put it in the chat and put some lightning bolts in there for him as well, because we love December DeMarco. We love his videos. So here we go. Our special guest, December DeMarco. What's up?
What's good? Appreciate you for having me, man. I gotta say, shout out to all the future millionaires. Appreciate that introduction as well. Excited to be here.
I know. I finally got to space nap you. We're waiting on Ladybug. I had to tell her. I was like, December DeMarco is coming in the space cabin. You ready? And she was like, oh my God, yes.
Most definitely.
How are you doing? You've been very busy lately. You have a lot to look at, a lot of things going on in the charts and on CoinMarketCap. I see you like putting videos out all over the place, but your number one, I feel like, is Vault Inu, Shiba Inu, kind of like the same. How are you feeling?
So those are my two, with the two main ones. Those are my two main meme coins right there. Obviously, Shiba Inu started earlier with them, but Vault Inu is just as, close to me when it comes to, my investments. And also, I connect with a lot of the community members in the Vault Army as well. So that's another thing that's, really big for me. So definitely those two right there.
Yeah, I was looking at your video that you put up. I remember all of us watching it. Let me see, where's it at? On your Twitter. Y'all go follow him on Twitter too. Check this out. Your chain. I hadn't seen it for a minute. I remember seeing it last year, and then I was like, oh shoot, that's right. I remember. Because when I was getting your profile pic, I was like, that's right. We were all looking at this video last year.
Just kind of paying homage to, two of the projects that, really, did a lot for me in the space.
Mm-hmm. I love it. It's nice. Look at that. Shiba Inu and Vault Inu right there. Oh, love it. That's nice. Do you still have, where's that chain at? I know you still have it. Oh, you're wearing it. Oh, let me see. Hold on, I gotta make it bigger. Oh, okay. I see. Let me see. Hold on. Let's take this away. I know y'all want to see it. Give it just a second. There we go.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, there it is. Man, that's very shiny.
Thank you.
Okay.
You gotta reward yourself for the hard work with, sometimes. And that was a small trinket to myself for a lot of work that was put in.
That's good, because you have to take profits. When do you think is a good time to take profits? Like, what is your goal? That's what I'll say. I learned that from Mike the other day. how to word that. What is your goal?
That's a very good point. You want to understand your investment strategy, one, because your strategy your goal could depend on the strategy you use. So also it would depend on the project, because people have different strategies for different projects. So like right now we're feeling that meme season with a lot of these plays. To me, these are shorter term plays until some of the projects kind of prove themselves to be more of a long term project. But for these projects, I may have a specific target in mind, maybe at a 3x, possibly, depending on your risk level. I'm gonna lay out, like three different scenarios. But let's say you want to be, really tight with it, possibly a 3x, pull out your initial investment, let the rest ride on house money. A little more, bullish on it, you could, let it more, maybe a 10x, and then at some point though, you want to definitely get some money off the table, because there's a saying that, really helped me shift gears was nobody ever went broke taking profits. So some people get so afraid of, or just want a diamond hand so much that they can end up watching a project. Like for instance, Dogecoin Millionaire was over 3 million in Dogecoin, and I think it went down to like maybe a 500,000 or something like that when he didn't secure any profit from that. Now, obviously, if you support the project, you want a diamond hand, but at the same time, this is investing. You want to reward yourself for that risk you put in. So, you can do a 10x and, take something off the table. I always say, probably secure that initial investment plus a cherry off the top. And then, you can let the rest ride. Or, if it's something you're super bullish on and that conviction is strong, then you can, just hold it all the way if you want to, or 100x, but just have a point in mind where you plan on taking profit. So that's usually, some of the lanes I take when it comes to it. If it's something I'm not too sure on, I'll, watch it, let it, multiply a few times and just, take my initial out. And now I'm with house money right there. I protected my initial investment and, I can, redeploy that capital somewhere else. And now I'm still in the same project.
Okay. So when do you take your first initial investment though? Like taking the profits, you said you go 2x, 3x, because that's about 2 to 4x is
So
what I'm hearing lately.
So it can so that's you can use that as like a general rule of thumb, but it also can depend on the chart. So if you're looking at prior breakouts or resistance points in the chart and it's showing you like, okay, it looks like we may test this area again, then it can be, around whatever that point is. So, it's a mix of using, some form of technical analysis, just using support and resistances, and as well as, knowing my conviction in the project or how much confidence I have in the project. If that level is low, then I might be, taking some profits, right away off of it, just to secure my initial investment. So that could be, if I'm looking at a 3x on some, super risky projects, because it's DeFi meme coin space. A lot of these projects do fall flat. So we can't be ignorant of that fact. Some of them do continue to run, but you just never know with these projects. Some of them can do really good in the beginning. And, from my experience, I've seen a lot of these projects may do good, for the first, 2 weeks or so, maybe. And then a lot of them kind of, they might have that initial pump, retrace, maybe make some higher highs, and then after that fall flat. So during that time, you at least want to secure something off the table. So it can be, whatever you want it to be. When you jump in, you can say, okay, I put my $1,000 in. I want at least to get, 3x, at 3,000, to pull that initial, or, it could be a little more, but, I like to protect my investments when it comes to some of these meme coins, unless it's a project that's super risky and I just threw something at it that is like, okay, all of it, whatever I'm investing, I don't mind risking to lose. But, some of those projects, you want to throw even a little less at it. And if it's one of those projects, then you could just let that ride if you don't mind, it falling flat or whatever. But that's usually how I go about it. If it really depends on my confidence in the project. The more confidence I have, the more I'm willing to let it ride.
I think that's what people are learning right now. Like last year, we learned a lot about crypto. Like we're all getting crypto savvier every single year. We're all learning little. We can't all be December DeMarco's right off the bat. Okay. So we're learning, I know I am. This is my journey of it. Last year, I learned a lot about NFTs. I learned a lot about, decentralized exchanges and a lot last year. Well, this year I'm learning a lot more, about tax, and I know everyone else is learning like what a big deal it is to the space right now. I mean, we understood tax, we understood what it was about, but like how important the zero tax is right now, how you have to ride the wave with what's going on. And I really did like the tax for Vault Inu. I did like it, but I am glad that we were able to pivot and move along with what's going on right now. But with the tax, what do you feel like what's going on with this tax, zero tax?
I definitely agree with what you said. I like the tax myself. That goes towards marketing, advertisement. Partnerships, putting vote in front of the eyes of more people. But at the same time, like what I like more is that flexibility that Vote Inu has, or Votoshi has, to be able to allow Vote Inu to go to a 0% tax, to be able to ride this wave of what we're seeing take place right now, because it's important to act at certain moments in time when things are really moving. And right now there's a lot of momentum in the meme coin space. Vote Inu is already top 8 meme coin by market cap, so it's like we're already in the conversation. But in order to heat up the fire a little bit, we might want to ride the wave of what's hot right now. So being able to switch to that zero tax, and even being willing to do it, it just gives me more confidence in the project that okay, it's truly community driven, because you see, right, like you got it up on the screen, it says approval by DAO. So it's not approved just yet, I don't think, but letting the community decide what we actually want, that's what's important as well. But I'm bullish on it, seeing Pepe, obviously, all the Bobos, Bobs, all the tokens right now that we've been talking about on the channel. All these projects right now are zero tax, so we want to get in that conversation as well, and possibly attract more investors over to Vote Inu. Now we have every change is good for promotion, marketing, because now we have more things to talk about. Now we can say a new campaign, basically, to say now Vote Inu is zero tax. Now the entire Vote army can be pushing this out, because that's very important as well, that we get that community support behind it as well. Because if you look at projects like the ones I just mentioned, Pepe and the rest, they have very strong communities behind them. Now Vote Inu, we're already primed, we already got all these things. So I'm thinking that the zero tax may be the thing to really get us to get the ball rolling as far as being in this next wave of hype with all these other tokens. Because obviously Vote Inu is always in the most mentioned meme coins. We got that social engagement, but right now there's another level of hype taking place with some of these projects that we can definitely use over here in Vote Inu, especially for us community members that already put the time, sweat, and effort in to stay with the project. Now us putting in that work to bring a new layer of investors in is what we really want to do. We want to work together to really all in a way shill our bags, work for our bags, because now we're all of us are grounded in. We got our positions. Now we need to do that work to get that next level of people in. I think the zero tax is what could attract those that next level of people.
Hell yeah, the marketing for this is great, and it's perfect. Like the timing is perfect for it. And we should be super excited about meme coin season, because we have Change. We have that widget, so we can just be flying that out left and right, like tagging communities. Hey, you need this. Hey, you need that. You need the Change. Check this out. And so that gets everybody excited as well. And then everyone's going to look at Vault and be like, wait, what? Because y'all, these meme coins are popping up left and right. That's why we have Change. And then this zero tax I think it's good. I like it. I like the zero tax, because you have to be able to, like you said, we're ready for it. Like we've already been primed. We're good to go. It doesn't matter. It didn't affect us. From what I understand, it didn't affect us at all. Like nothing's going to change. Is that how you take it as well?
I mean, I think, I don't think anything will change in a negative way. I think, people will be even more bullish to buy, because when you buy now, you're getting more Vote Inu every buy. When you make a sale, you're keeping more profits. So, or, you're keeping more money at the end of the sale. So, it's a win-win. Also, like you mentioned, having Change, with us being in meme coin season, every project being automatically listed on Change. I made a video a while back talking about, like, imagine when that meme coin season comes back and one of these next projects that does a 1000x is using the Change widget, and a lot of those transactions are taking place through Volti change. That's going to be extremely bullish. Now, think about once we get, not one of those projects doing that, but multiple projects. Volt Inu positioned itself, as not just another player in the space, but as essentially like, just a utility in the space, providing value to the space versus just looking to, receive all the benefits from the space. So by building real tools, real community, I think we'll be perfectly fine with this zero tax. I think it'll attract new investors. I think people will be more likely to, make bigger purchases because, that tax is, a little hefty, when you're doing a decent amount. So, that makes people second guess sometimes or possibly think about it. Now, of course, most of the Volt Army, we're already used to it, but we see every time Satoshi turns off the taxes, basically, or does a tax event and gives the taxes back, the sales start, rolling in. So, with having a zero tax, maybe that might be more frequent. So I'm definitely bullish on it. And like we have this wave going on right now with Volt Inu already being established. We proved ourselves through the bear market. Now in there's no other meme coin project in the space right now that's at this level or close to it that has as much information or data that someone can do due diligence on as Volt Inu, because we've been around the longest, we've built the most, we have the longest, one of the longest track records at around 18, 17 months maybe. We've been building this entire time. The community stays strong. No massive, scandals or anything where the project had to get taken over by, a new development team or community or, things like that. So when a person that's already in the space are trying to do their due diligence, some people are afraid to jump in some of these brand new risky meme coins. So they'll look at projects like Volt Inu as a blue chip meme coin and say, I feel safer putting, 10K in Volt Inu, 20K in Volt Inu, 30K, 40K in Volt Inu versus, that type of number in one of these brand new projects. So, it's bullish for me.
Hell yeah. Along with this tax, we are learning along with what's going on right now with this craze, this meme coin craze, is taking profits. So I'm glad that everybody is, having fun and coming back to a project with utility. We have these utilities. And like you said, I like how you said that, like they're going to come back. Everyone, like pretty much is what you're saying, right? Like people are going to notice this as, I don't know, I consider Volt Inu as a blue chip, in my opinion. Like we are a blue chip. That's how I see Volt Inu with all the utilities that we have. Do you think we're going to be taken seriously as a blue chip this year in 2023?
I think we already have, look at some of the sources that talk about Volt Inu. When we do major things, major media outlets pick it up. They talk about the things that Volt Inu is doing. So I think we are already respected. We were just in that bear market where we're, fighting against, the wind basically to, keep that level up where we are. But I think now with the floodgates kind of opening up, I think Volt Inu will begin to kind of be able to sprint a little bit, after we, pick up this momentum from these new marketing campaigns that'll come, the new initiatives that'll take place, and also the community feeling recharged again, seeing some of these meme coins take off. And a lot of people that are in Volt, are on my channel and they're looking at some of these other plays too, and they're making profits. So some of this money is going to come back to Volt Inu as well. So taking, some of those profits from projects that we might not have a lot of confidence in and being able to bring some of those gains back to Volt Inu is another, benefit that I see as well. So, I'm super bullish right now.
I know, right? It is. You're right. We have Benzinga, Bloomberg, NASDAQ interview, a few months back. And another thing that's important is Volt Inu, the contract's not renounced. So he was able to do this. We were getting a lot of crap. Well, I was last year from my friends like, oh, the contract. I was like, well, wait, why would you want to just put everything concrete? I understand that thinking maybe then, but now you see how important that is. And so Valtoshi just has it thought out all the way around, in my opinion. But let me ask you this from Scottish Crypto. What's up, Scottish Crypto? Vault Army, throw some lightning bolts in the chat. What's up, everybody? I see you. I'm just really in tune with what December is saying. You know, he's always dropping some knowledge, y'all. What is up, Vault Army? Scottish Crypto says, December, do you think we should be looking to promote Vault as a meme token? That's a good question. Or altcoin now? We have all this utility coming, or will we always be a meme?
Well, I think some people look at being a meme coin as a bad thing. I don't see it that way, because meme coins, look what it's doing for the space right now, when a lot of other things were kind of consolidating or flatlining. Meme coins brought that excitement back. So meme coins help introduce a new audience to the space. So I don't think it's a bad thing to promote Volt Inu as a meme coin. That's where we started. I think that's kind of a part embedded into the Volt Inu culture. Think about it. Satoshi is up to date with all the memes. So to just shift away from that, I don't think will be such a good idea, because there's people who respect meme coins and have an appreciation for what they are in the space, and we're already essentially an altcoin. So it's like we don't have to. I get why some people will want to take the meme coin part off and just say let's focus on being like a more professional coin, but that's it's just not the spirit of it, and especially where we started, and especially what it'll take to get us to that next level. We're gonna need some of that meme capital. A lot of times memes have a social currency to them. They provide value. They keep the community engaged. They inform new people about the project. They pique people's interest. Also, it helps in a way pass time. It gives people things to talk about, outside of just focusing on the red and the green candles on the chart. So I think it's very important to keep that meme culture alive in it, if you ask me. And take a look at what's taking place right now with the coins with the most trading volume right now. We've seen Pepe coin have more trading value than, I believe, every single project except for like maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it possibly even surpassed those projects, if I'm not mistaken. But it just shows you the power of meme coins. So Volt Inu is a meme coin, but we definitely move like a blue chip with solid utility, constant developments, disruptive technology. Look at Volti Eco, what we're doing with it. We're still able to produce the value of what would be considered an altcoin or something that people would take more serious, while keeping our meme coin spirit. So I don't think we need to step away from that. I think we can get more people excited with the memes. It's easy. It's easy to share something with a meme, especially something as that can be considered traditional or, boring to some people investing. I think memes help keep it fun in a way.
Yeah, we were talking about that on my stream the other night. Actually, the Crypto Smith, he's here in the chat right now. He's another YouTube creator. We were saying how it's an invitation to people to come into the crypto space at this point, meme coins. And, people are riding this Pepe wave, and they're going to take profits, and I'm glad that they are, and I'm glad everyone's having fun and, getting back into the swing of things. And meme coin season is out, and that means Vault Inu, we've been building all 2022. Like that was insane. All of us waited, and we roughed it out, and we got a name for ourselves out here. And wow, 2022 was crazy. What was your favorite part of 2022 for Vault Inu?
Let's see.
I know there was a lot, right? I know it's kind of a hard question. You're like, thanks a lot.
I think, I really, really like the Volti card drop, but I think Volti change for me is it was an exciting time, because I really could see like the vision of Volti change and that utility. It was like the first time seeing that utility from a meme coin providing that type of utility, making other projects deflationary in the meme coin space. A lot of these meme coins, when they first drop, they're looking for exchanges to list them. That's a part of their hype cycle or promotion cycle is, okay, we got this new exchange, or okay, we're listed here now. Okay, now you can go buy us here. So for Satoshi creating that Volti change utility, that was pretty big for me. I'm like, whoa, this is different. That's when I started to connect the dots on all the different ways of just bring the utilities that will come in the future and come back into benefiting Volt. you know, all those ones that were to come and just like kind of hit me at once. I'm like, sheesh, this is crazy. I think this is bigger than, you know, a lot of people realize. And I think like we're already at 150 projects plus on Voti Change. So just think about it. Once we hit that number of, you know, 1,000 projects, you know, and it really starts to grow, and we're being looked at as potentially, you know, where we have to develop new utilities to grow and to keep up with, you know, all the new projects that want to support and, you know, collaborate with Vote Inu. You know, I'm thinking about that time where we're considered maybe, you know, another Uniswap or something.
I think we are. I know Uniswap the other day, from what I hear around the blockchain, is that they were having a hard time. Like their numbers weren't up as high, people using them the other day. So I thought that was really interesting because everybody was using Uniswap. It was all about Uniswap. Whenever I started anyway. BP says something I want to bring up. He says, I'm not sure that a zero tax is a good idea. Pros and cons, the tax is what helped keep things in good order. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but everything's going to be the same, correct? From like, that's how I understood it.
So I think possibly what he might mean is by like, you know, being able to have the funds to support the project. And I think it's good to, you know, just, you know, ride this wave with it. And I'm not sure if Vatoshi is making this where it can't be, you know, changed back or reversed one day if need be. You know, if the community decides like, okay, we rolled the wave of the zero tax tokens. Now let's, you know, get back to how we were. I think that would still be possible. I'm not sure if it is, I haven't heard that it would be permanent, you know, if it does get switched to the 0%.
And it's cool because we're a DAO. So, you know, that's a beautiful part of it. And then, yeah, like he said, we can switch it back. He can switch it back. Or we're a DAO. We can get it switched back. He's going to listen to us. He always has listened to us from the beginning, even which NFTs to put in the treasury. This dude listens, y'all. He's been doing us proud the whole time. Let's see here. When does the vote start? From what I understand, whenever he drops the tweet, whenever that is, like any moment. Do you know of anything different?
No.
Right? I don't. Let me see. You never know. Let me go to the Twitter. You never know. I'm sure he'll do it like on Pablo's live or something, but hey, stranger things have happened. Or Jake's show. Let's see. Oh, these are so cool. I like them. Hold my beer. It's go time. Who's making all of these? These are really neat. Let me see. Jake. Yep. He was talking about how massive this is, the 0 tax, and then the widget. Look how many more are using the widget. Thank you so much, Valtoshi, for posting our space cabin tonight with December DeMarco. Did you hear our space? I know, right? Thank you, Valtoshi. Did you hear the space earlier? We had some people coming up asking questions about Volt. That was really good. I like that we do Twitter spaces. 608 people tuned in. Were you able to hear any of it today? I know you're busy, dude. You live in Vegas.
I tried to catch some of it, but I wasn't able to tune into the entire thing.
Yeah, it's really good, the community.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to see, you know, people on different platforms, you know, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, you know, Telegram voice chats, you know, text chat. You know, it's just good to see, you know, the community everywhere and, you know, pulling up to these spaces.
Look at all these memes that are coming out. This one kills me, December.
They got the vibe on there.
Yes, that one kills me. I think it's so hilarious. I don't know what it is. Every time I see it, they're just so funny. Like how Pablo likes cat gifs. I think cat gifs are funny too. They're great. Let me see. The homies knowing that all eyes will be on Volt in a few hours. That was 11 hours ago. I was thinking, what? A few hours? Like, what do you think this means? Do you know anything, December? Tell us any alpha.
DAO proposal, if I'm not mistaken. Toshi said it would be over before I guess by the weekend. So it could go until tomorrow if it's dropped today, or it could possibly end today. I'm not exactly sure, but that's what I would think, because you know, that 0% tax, that's going to be massive. You know, think about now we get to push that out. You know, all the different projects who, you know, are competing right now for, you know, those top spots. Now we have something else on top of all our other utilities to be able to, push out there. Say, new advertisement. Hey, Volt is now a zero tax token. People are going to want to come check that out. We're the only if we do switch to zero tax, we'll be the only zero tax token right now, meme coin, with this much utility. Nobody else, has this. So, we're really, in a good position.
Nobody in 2022 survived to be here to build as many utilities as we have and have zero tax. This is a huge accomplishment, in my opinion. Like extra. Crypto Hunter says zero tax is okay because Vault already built its utilities. Now we need the traffic, the volume. Look at the Pepe zero tax, and it went to almost 2 billions. My favorite part of 2023 was discovering Space Chick. But last year changed my life forever, and always appreciate that what Vault and crypto has done for me. That's what's up, Scottish Crypto. Thank you so much for the love. Let me see. Vaultoshi has never let Vault astray. Nope, has not. I'm happy to see what he's able to make changes under certain opportunities. Yeah, that's the cool part to me about this project, because you don't see that. You'll see new Degen plays, and they're working on their version 2 website right now and everything, y'all. They're very dangerous. Don't forget to take these profits and put them right back into yourself, and invest in yourself, but also blue chips and utilities. Everyone was crying about utilities last year. Like, what's the utility Volt has? Like, around this time last year, people were asking, and now we're like fully loaded with all these utilities. But I like the Volti card. I can't wait for that metal card. Are you getting a metal card December?
Yeah, definitely. And just speaking on what Nefty said, about how Vitoshi's able to make those changes. Think about every time there's a new wave in the space, somehow Volt Inu is able to catch that wave or able to step into that space. Normally we see a lot of projects have to either start a new project, get a new team involved, or just have to rebrand completely. And Volt Inu has been able to still be the same Volt Inu essentially, and continue moving along, developing new utilities and growing in the space and adapting. That's another thing that I like to see. We had the phase right now where zero tax is becoming popular, being able to be flexible into moving that way. The deflationary period was hot, when every token was trying to catch on to this deflationary wave. Look at a lot of those tokens. I don't see any of those tokens still standing right now, and Volt Inu is still here. So it looks like Vitoshi really thought this out, being able to keep that contract where you can make those changes as the industry grows and as new things become more important in the space, like paying less taxes on some of these tokens.
Yeah, I think the craze can go on for how long have you seen? You've been in the space. You're the one who became a millionaire, not me, not us in here. Y'all ask questions. This dude has a Patreon. He go sub to his channel. If you are not subbed to December DeMarco's channel on YouTube, then you must leave the space cabin right now.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to her if y'all pulled up for me. So subscribe, follow, all that.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, y'all. His links are in the description box below. For real. Y'all ask him. This dude is super smart. I want to know what your opinion is. What's the longest craze you ever saw that just died? Like how many weeks did it go on for? And then it just went kaput. And then, what was the longest one you've seen?
It had to be the 2021 bull run. That with a lot of those projects that we've seen a lot of different projects, like a lot of projects popped up just like in this time that we're seeing now. We had an anime craze that went on for a while, and now you don't really see too many of those Goku's, all the different projects like that. Also, even on a different aspect, seeing the time come where BNB plays became really hot for a while, and now you don't really hear too much of those plays. Some of them are, but for the most part, ETH plays have all the spotlight right now. So that's a trend that I've seen change. And as far as longest time, the 2021 craze was a time.
Yeah, look at you. Did you have a lot of degen nights where you fell asleep with Dex tools in your hand? How many rug pulls did you go through so far? So far, I've gone through like 15. But I'm kind of, how many?
Way more than that. Way more. I can't even count anymore, to be honest.
I'm mad about the 15 December.
But you got to take, sometimes, if you want to cut that learning curve, sometimes you just got to take a little more risk to be able to have more data to, kind of go through and be able to compile and say, okay, I can analyze this and get this from this. And, I was just willing to, kind of risk it in that area. And luckily, at that time, stocks were doing really well also. So, able to, kind of bounce between the two and have the risk tolerance to be able to jump in some of these projects. And, during that time, it was kind of crazy. So I'm getting the, it's that time again. I'm feeling the same feeling, with some of these projects. I don't think it has hit is just as big yet, because we have to remember too, during the last meme craze, we were actually in a bull market. Right now, we're just seeing a meme craze inside of, it looks like maybe the end of the bear market, but we're not too sure yet. Everybody's still kind of, on the edge now. We can say, it's technically a bull market, but the definition would be like rising basically like over 20% in like the last, I believe, like 2 quarters or so, or 2 months, in the last 2 months. So we the overall crypto market hasn't, the overall 1.19 trillion level isn't up 20%, I think, in the last 2 months. So technically, I don't think we're at that point, but I'm looking at it as, once we hit that 1 point, I think people are positioning themselves now. Obviously we know the bull market is coming. So right now you should be preparing yourself and moving as if it's already here, because, right now time in the market beats time in the market. So we're going to be already ready once things really do go to, once Bitcoin is trying to hit 100K, because I think that's what we might see, this next cycle, at least 100K, maybe even 250K Bitcoin. So I'm waiting for that time, but that's that's just pretty much what I'm waiting for right now.
Oh man, this is gearing up. Like, people are getting excited again. It's kind of like at a shaky point. Like, okay, are we taking off yet? Like, we know we're starting our engines, but is the go time right now? And you're right, all those tokens that came out, they just like came and went. And that's what I remember too. The dragon ones, the anime ones, the pyro type kind. I remember yeah, they all went and left, and that's what, yeah, I think that whichever ones catch the biggest craze and which ones, I think people will come back to utility. Let's check out what Aaron says. Anticipating this bull run to be the biggest bull run ever. Catalyst like banks and stocks failing may help with that. Okay, I got what you're saying, Aaron. What are your opinions on the upcoming bull run, December?
So like you said, Aaron, I definitely think it's going to be bigger than the last one. I think, now we're going to see, because crypto kind of built the foundation for itself over this last, few years. Yes, we're still getting some negative shock from, the FTX situation, all the, failed banks and things like that. But now at this point, people know at least crypto is real. The last bull market, we were coming off of people who, were coming from the last bear market, who still didn't have, we got to see Bitcoin go up to 20K and drop, but we hadn't seen, a Shiba Inu yet. We hadn't seen, these meme coin plays really get that crazy. Like, there was Dogecoin still, but it hadn't really did what it, was going to do yet. But I think now that everybody's already seen that, maybe 6 out of 10 people might have heard a success story in crypto so far. Now, back in the previous, before the previous bull market, there were still success stories, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. Crypto is kind of a part of, popular culture in a way right now, as it wasn't at that time. So I think, it's the rate of adoption is going to be a lot faster. A lot of people during last bull market, a lot of people were not as familiar with like DeFi as far as like decentralized exchanges. So maybe some people didn't even know how to buy a Shiba Inu or a project that you needed to swap Ethereum for and things like that. Now people understand that, a little bit more. So, I think it's just going to be easier run this time. And I definitely think, we're going to see all-time highs on every project that was a solid project throughout the bear market. So the Volt Inus, Shiba Inus, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the projects, the XRPs, the BNBs, the Crows, everything. So obviously these projects have to, not mess up between then and now, or now and then. But, as the overall crypto market cap grows, we go from, in 2021, I think it was October, we were at all-time high of a little over $3 trillion in crypto market cap. I think, if this next time, we could potentially see, I don't know, but nobody expected the market cap of this bull run or last bull run to go to 3 trillion. So, who's to say this time it won't go to 10 trillion, 15 trillion? There's always that exponential increase. So, overall crypto market sitting at a, $10 to $15 trillion market cap. What does that do for, projects like Volt Inu? We're going to be at a completely different level. And obviously we got, less trust in the banking system right now. So that's going to play in the favor of cryptocurrencies. We already seen once a lot of those banks started collapsing, money started to flow right back into Bitcoin where people felt safe. Now, obviously Bitcoin's down because people are, gambling a little bit right now, or, just sitting out of the market if they're watching everything take place. But as things begin to settle, money always will flow back into Bitcoin, and it'll end up leading the market, or meme coins will end up, sparking it off. And then we'll see that money, circulate around. This money continuously moves. That's one thing you got to understand as well. This money is always moving around.
All right. We got another question for you, December. This is another good one from Jen Token. December, have you had much experience with airdrops? And can you speculate about the potential of Volti-Eco? That's a good question, Jen Token.
Yeah, I had some experience with some airdrops where, just being a part of the project early, or getting whitelisted, you can, receive some of the airdrops, or just holding, certain NFTs and receiving airdrops. Now, the reason why this is a crucial utility for Volt Inu is because there's nothing like this in the space. And you got to think about it. We're using artificial intelligence, to be able to go out and scour the internet, scour the crypto sphere, and be able to, find all these different projects that are doing these giveaways, collect them, and bring them back to the Volt Inu army in different values, whether it's through, air or NFT purchases for, money going to the staking pool, all the other different things that are, to buy back and burns. That's the benefit of it right there. I'm not sure exactly what number we'll be getting in, but with the utilities that we've developed so far, it's always something that, it made me kind of think like, geez, why didn't nobody think of that before? So, just waiting to see this roll out, I'm pretty sure it's going to have that same effect on me. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be impressed with the, the amount of airdrops that are coming back to the Volt army. If we look at some projects, I remember Vitoshi sharing a little while ago, one project generated over like $1 billion worth of airdrops for his community. And that was just one project alone. So, and it was within like a 30-day period or something like that. So, imagine, having this tool, this utility that's able to do this for us, go out and participate in all these different things, and then bring it all back to us. That's going to be very powerful. It's not a human, so it doesn't need to sleep. Don't need to feed it. It just continuously run and find, the best airdrops. I'm sure it'll be some type of system in place to, decide, which airdrops to go after, and, just collect all that. That's a crazy utility. And to not have to do anything as a holder, and it just comes back to me, I love it.
And those NFTs, though, that Vaulted Dragon, how, the AI bot, this is how I understand it, will sweep the floor every single time. And my question is, how long is that going to go before the floor is swept and all of that? You know what? That doesn't matter. All that matters is that it's going to do that, y'all, because that's amazing. It could do it once a month. I don't care. The fact that can happen in an NFT project is amazing. That you just don't hear about that. You have to have, people come in, whales come in, people, supporting the project come in, and in these NFT communities, and, sweep the floor for the community sometimes. And it's a lot of money. And this AI bot is going to do it for us. So we are, all the way around. I feel like we have, what is that? Like whenever you go like a floaty, we have everything we need. Like nothing can hurt us. Nothing right now can hurt us. We just need to ride the wave with the craze. But my question is as well, because I did get a lot of questions in the DMs. People are sometimes they don't want to ask the question in the chat, so they'll ask me. And so I'm going to ask, what do you think? What's your point of view on us getting listed on tier 1 exchanges so early into the bull run?
I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, I know some people will probably worry about timing, you know, and getting it done at the right time so that way it can be most effective. But you know, I think whenever it happens is just good for us in general, because that just gives us more access to new holders. That's what we really need. We need that community support to be able to push the project, and we need access to new investors. We need new eyes on us, new people that could potentially buy, because it could be a lot of people that already, you know, bought in, that are comfortable with their positions and their bag sizes. And now we need the next level of people to take things to that next level.
I like what Jin Token said. Yes, sweeping the NFT floor with a bot is crazy. What will he think of next? I honestly don't know what else he can do, December. I didn't know what he could do before, and he just continues to build. And then the staking platform, right? Have you heard that other projects are going to be able to receive reflections as well?
Yep, that's going to be crazy. You know, just creating that utility for projects that don't already have it. And these are usually utilities that other projects have to, you know, weigh if they want to go after that utility, you know, or do we want to have staking? Do we want to have, you know, reflections? Do we want to, you know, and now they don't even have to worry about that because Satoshi created it for, you know, the entire meme coin space. So, you know, now that's another thing that, you know, we can promote to these projects, letting all these other projects know that, yes, they can become deflationary at this point. Once some of their community members see, you know, maybe the price gets stagnant and they're looking for other ways to push, you know, further, you know, by the Volt Army, letting them know like, hey, we got multi-change widget over here. You know, y'all can come move some of that trading volume to here and make your project deflationary.
Oh man, that's so exciting. It's so excited. I really feel like, what do you think our campaign should be as a Vault Army? I feel like we should be embracing this meme coin season, and you know, y'all be careful. Continue to, you know, I said this yesterday in my tweet, don't sell the farm, have fun, take those profits, but bring them right back to your blue chips if that's what you're doing. If you're wanting to go live in Vegas like December DeMarco, and go to the casino and get a scratch off, just know you can get burned very, very bad. And gas fees are insane. So always consider your risk and reward ratio. Just consider the risk in general. But we have a lot going on with this. So as the Vault Army, do you think we should be tagging other communities? What do you think we should be doing on Twitter to like help push this 0 tax? How do you think we should approach this?
Basically rating, because a lot of people find projects through doing their due diligence. You know, they're searching different tickers, they're searching different hashtags, you know, they're searching under different communities. And if they see a you know, consistent support and, you know, Vote Inu constantly popping up on their radar, they're likely to, you know, either jot it down or, you know, put it on their watch list and potentially come back to it. It's really about getting them informed. On average, it takes about 7 times for a person to become aware of something before they consider it. So that can likely be the case with Vote Inu. So it's going to take the entire community just, you know, getting out there, retweeting everything that you see on the Vote Inu page, you know, tagging, you know, influencers, tagging, you know, people that you would like to join the Vote Army, you know, just creating as much engagement and awareness as possible. Artists out there can do things like this, create, you know, artwork and, you know, memes for Vote Inu, you know, get that engagement out there even more. You make sure to use those hashtags, you know, joining other live streams, you know, letting people know about, you know, letting influential people know about, you know, Vote Inu. It's a lot of different things, you know, just attacking from every place that people are. So wherever you see people, you know, spending time consuming content, that's a, you know, opportunity to spread the message about Vote.
Mhm.
If it's crypto related, because
Yeah.
people want to make money, people want to find solid projects, and a lot of people are. Yes, we have a lot of new investors coming in, but a lot of this wave of people have already been in enough where they have some of that maturity, that investment maturity, where they can appreciate a project like Volt Eden. So don't be shy about it. Get it out there, represent, let everybody know. That's the best way. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising. So really creating conversations around it, joining conversations, joining communities that speak about crypto. That's the way you do it.
Yeah, I think that's important to do that. Like, I think it's important. I think it's good to spread the word. We have something really good. That's why we have it. It's literally for other tokens to use and projects and people to put it on their website and plug it in. And then, y'all, it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. I know I went into a couple telegrams today and took advantage of that and told them about Volti Change. I might have been banned from one. I don't know. But I don't know. I still got to go back and check. What?
Got to do what you got to do.
Hey, I know, right? They say, and I see it. This is what I'm noticing. The communities that are really rating and going out there, those are the ones that are trending on Dex Tools right now. And so it's really cool because we do this. So we do it. It's so easy. Like we do it like, all right, everybody go raid, and we can end up trending on Twitter like that. We totally can. And it's just, there's so many out there right now doing what they're doing. So maybe we should change our approach, and just straight up tag them on a post, as well, because there's so many hashtags right now, y'all, out there. Don't forget to put Vault, but tag these, other communities, tag these other meme tokens.
Definitely.
That's why we have Volti Change,
The reason why we want to also tag some of these projects, I know some people could possibly think of it like taking the spotlight away from Volt, but the reason why is when some people may not have heard of Volt, but they might type in that ticker that you just tagged at the bottom of your tweet, just as a tag to connect to other tweets. People might search that one up and end up seeing Volt because of that. So that's another good reason. That's why you see all these other projects. You'll see a lot of Twitter posts, and they'll be posting all the popular tickers that are hot or trending right now at the bottom of the post, because when people search some of those other ones, their posts will come up as well. So yes, I think it's good to do that.
Yeah, I think it's smart. We got to do that. Enjoyable Lifestyle says, I believe everybody who's in crypto heard about Vault. Well, enjoyable lifestyle, not, what if somebody just got in yesterday? You know what I mean?
Wake up. We still got a lot of people that we can spread the word to.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Okay, let's see. Look, we got to bring this up. I refreshed the page and we got to talk about this because we have this going on. Besides the fact that somebody bought like 68 Ethereum yesterday during Pablo's live, that was crazy. This post was put up 13 minutes ago. Can't stop, won't stop burning. Another 5 billion volt burned. And then here's the Ether scan, y'all. You can go check it out. Let me pull it up and put it in the chat for some of those who I already know want to go check it. I already know. All right. So what do you think about that? What do you think about the burns? Some people are like, oh, the burns, what's going to happen to them? We're not going to have them anymore. I don't think Voltoshi is going to stop doing the burns whatsoever. Do you?
I don't think so, but already, we have these utilities put in place like Volti Change to, I don't think the burns will stop from that just because the taxes are removed. But I like that we're doing these 5 to 10 billion burns per day leading up to that massive $1 million burn. That's something that can't be ignored as well. But I'm excited about it. The less Volt Eden in circulation, the better for all of our bags. So I'm always down for burning more tokens. And then that $1 million burn, that's going to be crazy. We're going to have to premiere that one, or go live for that one or something.
That's crazy. I can't believe this is happening. Just a year ago, it was something else we were talking about, and now we're talking about adding all these, widgets and burns. And where were we a year ago? That was just, the price was high. We had all just went from version 1 to version 2. V1 to V2. It was fun. It was exciting. We had so many partnerships when we were trying to get on every single exchange. I know that. And I do agree with you. Timing is everything with these exchanges. I've always said, I think it's putting the horse before the carriage, jumping on Binance. And instead of, like working your way up to Binance, do you think the same way about that? Or do you think getting on Binance, and I'm not saying this because of another project. Like I literally, this is a question of mine. Do you think that's putting the horse before the carriage? Getting listed on Binance first?
I mean, it can depend. I mean, I can see benefits kind of on both ways. Not being listed first, gives you the opportunity to build that organic traction, to really, build something that is sustainable, that just won't, probably dump as hard as soon as it is listing. But at the same time, that Binance listing can be a major stamp that will allow a lot of other exchanges to, be more open to listing whatever project it is. But I think there should definitely be some form of, solid community there, some form of direction for the future there, and understanding, or trying to use that listing, to in a strategic rollout. If a project is going straight to Binance, there should be some thought put into that, behind it, because you can really capitalize off of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can. Okay. I see where you're coming from with that. Do y'all have questions for December? Do y'all have any questions for him? Because we're going to check out the roadmap, and he's a very busy man, y'all. So if you have questions, y'all had really good ones too already. So go ahead and keep asking them while we have a chance. Stage 5, bridge on Change gamification. Now, I'm excited for this gaming because that game is going to come out later this year. But I know there's a lot more going on other than the game, but that game is going to be really cool. Our NFTs being playable characters and whatnot, and having like a marketplace in there as well. Did you hear anything about a marketplace?
Yep, being able to, possibly, I guess, like probably swap out different, skins, or possibly different tools, or in-game assets, basically.
Okay. Somebody was saying that this was the most bullish thing. 250,000 holders. Which one is yours now? Because I remember when I was on your show about a month ago, you said Vaulty Eco before like anybody knew anything. December. So what is it now?
I probably have to agree with I gotta swap out my battery real quick. I don't know if you can hear me still.
Oh, I can hear you, but
okay,
yeah.
My bad. Let me swap out this battery, y'all. But I would say possibly that 250K holders, because that's a massive number. We can get to a lot of traction off of that, being able to, get all those people excited, and also attract the people that they know, possibly each person, introducing an extra 3 people to the Vote Army. Now we're at 750,000 holders. So that's just a massive number to be at.
Okay. Heat Score asks, will you farm the 3 billion and a VDSC December?
Yes, I definitely plan on doing so.
Hell yeah. I can't even imagine. I thought you were going to say no.
No,
I'm just joking. Can you hit us with some TA before you got to go? Because like we love whenever you do technical analysis December.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I got you. We can, are you going to be able to pull it up on your screen, or can I share my screen on your screen like this?
Yeah. You just
okay.
Okay. Much respect for the live on this lovely. Oh yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm so glad y'all are here.
Shout out to you, Heat Score, pulling up on us.
I know, right? Y'all are fixing to learn. Get your notepads out, ready? Put your glasses on. And where are mine? Not near me. I'm always forgetting them before I come on. Too many bullish utilities. Good problem to have. So blessed and lucky. Exactly. Check out our link tree. All the Vault Inu official links are in the description box below, y'all, along with December DEMARCO'S. So check them out. Check them out. Suggest, if you're in a different project along with Volt, hit them up in Telegram, hit that dev up and be like, hey, y'all need Volti change. You need it. And then see what happens. There we go. Oh, here we go. Yes, smash that like button, y'all. Oh, that chart looks nice. I like all those lines you got on it. Did you see Believes on my show that day? I told him it looked like a playbook, like a whole football. There were arrows everywhere. It made me look. I felt like I was going cross-eyed. But then I don't know. He explained it, and then I got confused again.
So on here, we got right now looking at it. Obviously, in that downtrend, looks like we might have found an area of support in this area here. Hold on 1 second. Okay, that's my last adjustment. We good now.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're December DeMarco. What do you mean? You could get up and leave and come back in 5 minutes, and we all still be here.
we got this area of support right here, right about that at that 960 level. It looks like also price trading around that lower Bollinger Band. So this is the indicator I have up right now: Bollinger Bands, RSI, and the MACD. Usually, these are like three main indicators that you can use to really get you through like a lot of basic technical analysis to understand. Well, it's not just basic, but it gives you a quick glimpse of what's going on in the market. So we can look at this Bollinger Band and determine that right now the price is trading closer to the lower Bollinger Band, which means that, if you were to buy some, it would be at a cheaper price. That's what that tells us. Also, we can see it's trading underneath that 200-day moving average, which is a bearish sign. So looking at that, that tells us that we could potentially drop even further until we, hit this low level of the lower Bollinger Band of probably that 900 points per coin level. So also what I'm looking at is the RSI, which is the relative strength index. This is telling us, how strong is it doing? Is the project overbought? Is it oversold right now? And right now it's at a 36. So that tells us that Volt Inu is being oversold. People, either not having as much confidence right now or just attracted by something else, in the market. And right now we can assume that, with all the Pepe, all that going on right now, some people over there chasing there. But it's also telling us, though, with the RSI being so low, smart money will eventually see this and come in and scoop up this dip. So usually when you see the price at or the RSI, at a around that 35 level, is telling you that it's oversold. Usually when it's oversold, that means you're getting a good value for the asset. That means you're buying an undervalued asset that people aren't valuing as much at the time. But once the money starts to flow back in, people will realize, okay, this is still a solid asset, and they'll jump back in, push prices even further. And with the MACD right now, we can see that the MACD is curling up towards that signal line right now, just about to cross it right here. And this is a bullish indicator telling us that once this blue line right here flips over this red line, that'll be a buy signal for a lot of people who are technical traders. So some people may be waiting for this line to cross specifically before they actually go long or take another buying position. Or some people may just be waiting for this to wick down a little bit more towards that lower Bollinger Band. But it's usually good to not try to when you're already in this range, when you got this many indicators lining up, you got confirmation on the Bollinger Bands, confirmation on the RSI, confirmation on the MACD, you can usually make an educated guess that it's going to likely turn around soon in this range. Now, one thing that I don't like looking at this chart right now is being underneath that 200-day moving average, but that's could also be attributed to all the hype, and the money flowing to all the meme coins right now. All the, the Pepes, the Bobos, Bobs, all those right now. But eventually, like I said, as people take profit from those projects, they'll come back to those solid projects that they actually have faith in to be able to leave, 20K, 30K in. And that'll be Volt Inu. So that's what I'm looking forward to right now. Smart money coming in, triggering, you know, these green candles to come in. Some people start to chase, push the candles even further, and it looks like we might be targeting where we were making support last time on those double bottoms, around that 1379 range. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Volt Inu quickly move up to those levels, breaking outside of this downtrend here. We can already see it's wanting to step outside of this downtrend. As you start to see the price step outside of the downtrend, as it starts to violate that trend line, you know, that's telling us that buying pressure is picking up. So as you look at this candle right here, you can see right once it broke out of here, it got a little bullish. You can see the volume as well in this candle is here, showing more people are looking at this area for it to step outside of that area and buy in right there. Now it might retrace a little bit. It usually always does a little retracement after some aggressive buying, and it might retrace to test the trend line again, like we've seen it pull back and do. And the next candles that we start seeing the print could be, you know, the ones taking us towards that 200 moving average line. And if we violate that, we're likely to go right to that mid Bollinger Band to test that area, which is back around that 1,300 points per coin level. So that's what I'm in the near future. I'm looking for Volt to possibly pull down, because, you know, it can go either way. So possibly that 900 points per coin level, or which is extreme buying opportunity, because we know it's going to eventually go right back up, or it possibly break out of these levels like it's showing it's stepping outside of this downtrend and eventually targeting back in this 1,300 points per coin level.
Nice. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much.
No problem.
What else you got? Do you have anything else? Do you have any price predictions? Do you do those on your channel, price predictions, or is that just in your Patreon?
I do some like that. Like I look at the support and, you know, resistance areas, and just like I was mentioning, we got some support around here. Usually the price likes to, it's like almost like a magnet in a way. It likes to pull back to either a previous support level, or on the bottom side of previous support level, or it likes to push up to a previous resistance area. And this support area right here, it looks like, you know, with this bullish candle coming in, this is, if you take a look at these red candles right here, one thing that you also want to take into account is the size of the candles. The colors of the candles don't matter as much as the size of the candles. The size of the candle tells you how much confidence was in that movement that was made. So when we see this, you know, these, you know, skinnier candles, skinny, we see this bigger red candle push to the downside. Let me make it a little bigger. We see it push to the downside. That's what got us, you know, moving a little further down. But as we see this candle right here, this kind of changes the narrative here. This is a lot of confidence in this area. So it's kind of engulfing the previous candles before it, which can, which tells technical traders that, you know, this is a bullish area, especially with it lining right up against this downtrend and breaking outside of it. That's usually, and we look at the candle format, it looks like it's going to want to form a bullish candle. And then we can connect the dots kind of and say, okay, the price is oversold right now. The MACD is about to cross that signal line. We know those are areas that are used as confirmation for buyers to step in. And that's usually what we see at those points.
Nice. So it's looking very bullish.
Yeah, definitely is.
Right now.
And remember, more money is going to flow from a lot of these other projects back into Volt Inu. You know, a lot of people are, you know, having fun. And if you are one of those people having fun right now, remember to do it wisely. You know, never risk more than you're willing to lose. So that way you don't put yourself in a tough situation. It should only be, if anything, a very small percentage of your portfolio, if it's not just some extra funds that you have, you know, kind of laying around, until you get to the point where you've actually seen some success in it and you've, you know, got that first 100x or something, and now you have the funds to really play around, you know, then I would, you know, kind of really be careful with what you're doing. Because I see a lot of people jump in and they chase from project to project because they just look for whichever project's up by the most percentage on the day, versus looking for projects that are actually down. You should be buying the red. You don't want to chase the green candles. Could you buy when the candles are green? Yes, you absolutely can, but you're usually getting a better buying position or entry if you buy when the project is in the red. So you know, I see people chasing these projects. They see this project up 200-300%. They go buy it. The next day, project down 40-60%. And they jump to the next project, you know, do the same thing over and over until they deplete that bag that they have to be able to, you know, gamble or, you know, play around with. So just be careful. Only risk, you know, what you're really willing to lose on these projects. So that way, if it does fall flat, if it pulls back, you're not out of the game. You don't want to put yourself out of the game. And always remember dollar cost average too. If there is a certain amount you want to have in one of these projects, build up to that point. You know, you can just YOLO in and jump right in if you want to. That's all on you. It's not financial advice. But usually you might want to test it out, make a buy, you know, see how it performs over the next 24, 48 hours. If it pulls back and you're confident in the support that it's finding, that it's respecting areas in the chart, then, you know, possibly another buy, you know, if the community is still strong, and then you could possibly increase your bag size. And when it does turn around, you'll be even more in the green. So that's how I you know, hope y'all are looking at some of these projects and just being very careful with them.
Man, I love it. Yes, yes. When I got wrecked, I was figuring out pretty quick. I was like, okay, you got to know, you know, what's going on in the background, really, to actually make some really big moves. Even if you want to do that, I think a lot of projects out here, it's pretty scary because there's over, like, I think there's 24K now cryptocurrency projects listed on Coin Market Cap. So it's just scary for me because I saw a lot. There's a lot of bad in the space, but there's a lot of good as well, y'all. And there's some devs that like to hop project to project and get your money. And like, if you got in on something good, not financial advice, but take your profits and bring it back home to a good project. Those ones that you really, really want to hold on to for that wealth, not just like, oh, I'm going to go get me some new clothes right now. Because I was talking to the girls, I was like, I want to go shopping. I'm ready.
You got to decide, do you want financial freedom, or, you know, do you want to, you know, look good for a day? You know,
look, December. Look. No, I know it's true. It's true. It's just 2022 is very long. No, I think that's why people are doing what they're doing right now, is because, you know, we all like to gamble, obviously, you know, a little bit. We all got it in us a little bit, you got to admit. And we want to build something for ourselves. 2022, we, you know, worked hard and we were here grinding it out. And then now something happened and a lot of people jumped on it, but I feel bad for the ones who just depleted their bag. And if something, God forbid, happens, you know, and people lose their positions out of Vault because of, you know, something that was a pump and a dump, no matter what project it is, because there's so many out there right now. Like, y'all, don't deplete a good Vault bag, you know, with great utilities for something. But I don't know. What's your advice for people pulling out Vault for another project? What's up, Matt?
I wouldn't touch my Vault for another project. I wouldn't do that. That doesn't sound good to me.
I saw your face when I said it. You're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, what I like to tell people to do is, you know, create additional streams of income, you know, so that way you constantly have new funds coming in and you don't have to touch your old investments, trying to juggle between, you know, which one should I get in right now, and, you know, which one should I jump out of. Again, time in the market beats trying to time the market, because when you try to time things perfectly, you usually miss those runs. You usually jump in at the top and then you see the price pull back. And that's when a lot of people, you know, start saying crypto isn't for them, or, you know, it's a scam, or, you know, all these other things, when really, you know, you're just doing it the wrong way. You usually want to, you know, buy when the price is down. Of course, if the price is up and it's a new project, you still have a lot of upside, then that's different. But, you know, a lot of people only look for, I noticed some people look at the green candles like it's like a stoplight. Green means go, red means stop to some people. And, you know, you got to shift that mindset and understand that red means discount. Red means you make more money once the price does, you know, go back the other way. So keep that in mind and take advantage of the dips that you see, you know, especially projects like Vote Inu. Don't jump out of them just because you see the project pulling back, because that's how you end up, you know, it's not a loss until you sell. Even if you're down on your investment at the moment, you're only down on papers. Consider the paper loss. It's not a realized loss until you actually close out the position. So, you know, eventually when Vote Inus turn around, you know, once, you know, the bull market is even closer, or, you know, we're receiving some of this hype from some of this wave that's going on right now, you know, you'll be happy with that decision to hold your position, or, you know, even take advantage of the dip. A lot of people, when things start taking off, their only regret is that they didn't buy more. Vote Inu is one of those projects that you can trust, that you can, know is going to stand that test of time. Even if market conditions, get worse from here, let's say the powers that be shake the market down one last time, even, further, just to, take some of this new money off out of people's hands. Vote Inu will withstand that. And you want to have projects like that, in your pocket, so that way you can still be in the fight, still be in the game, but also be protected in a way.
Mm-hmm. No, that's very, very true. I agree 100%. Oscar says, hi, Space Chick. I say, why chase a dream when you have the reality in your hands? I had heard this one time. Why go shopping whenever you already have what you need right at home? So, I mean, you got it at home, y'all. It's here. I mean, just our website is just beautiful. And everything, all of our partnerships that we have intact, like, y'all, don't sell your vault. Look how priceless that is. Once this bull market takes off, everyone's going to come back and be like, oh my God, vault, like, why? If you bought in, you, like, months and months ago, or, just what, the other day, yesterday, whatever, you paid 13% tax. Why would you take that out? Think how much you're going to have to X in another project. Just, risking it. I've already told y'all, had to shake some of y'all. I've told y'all how it is in the degen world. It's scary out there. You fall asleep with DEX tools in your hand. Don't go to sleep, because they're going to sell on you at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Get those ETH fees as well. So, you got to think about the tax, the ETH fees as well. So even though, vote will be, if this approval goes through, if the DAO approval goes through, it will be tax free, but you still will be paying, Ethereum fees if you decide to sell. So, you want to keep that in mind and calculate that in as well. But I wouldn't be bouncing around. Vote is a solid project. We got a project to be able to ride to. I easily see Vote Inu being able to touch $1-2 billion market cap. That's on a light day and in good market conditions. So in better market conditions, I could see Vote Inu being that $1 billion project. Obviously, we see some projects doing it, already, but they just kind of, hit the scene a little harder at, a unique time. And, we're able to garner that community support to really push them and, take that traction and really roll up there. But Vote Inu is going to have its time. Don't think all these utilities are for nothing. These are what's going to help us continue to be around the next, 6 months, the next year. So majority of these projects, 99% of these projects that are coming out right now will not be around the next 6 months. So keep that in mind as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, which ones coming up are going to already have NASDAQ interview under their belt? Benzinga, Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, all these articles, even comparing us to Shiba Inu and how, I mean, do your research, y'all. This link is in the description box below. But look how much we have on our link tree. I'm going to just continue scrolling. You can talk, December. This took me a whole hour one time to go through on my space cabin. I was like, oh my gosh, I was going to do gameplay and Vault Inu updates, and somebody had asked me something. And I was like, let's just check out the link tree. And as soon as we were going through it, I couldn't stop. And I mean, look at that. Media and press. Jeez, like I'm not even halfway in our migration that we had, all the partnerships for the games. But I just want to remind everybody, and I think that was good. Thank you, Jen Token. Look at all of our, UFC partnerships that we have here as well. A lot of us that I've seen, maybe it's just happening on my Twitter. I like watching fights. I like watching One Championship in UFC. I'm that one. I will see the advertisement and look it up. Like, oh, that's cool. What is that? So it works. It works.
It definitely does. And it gets people excited having these different, partnerships already, in place too. That's one of the differences between Vote Inu and some of these projects coming out. Everything that they're gonna have to do eventually, to generate excitement and things like that, Vote Inu is basically already done. So everything that we're doing is new, disruptive, innovative tech, things that people aren't already doing. Voltoshi isn't jumping on the bandwagon with, every utility that somebody else creates. These are some of the most solid utilities that I've seen they are the most solid utilities I've seen in the meme coin space, you know, and having this many together, we already have, you know, not one, but two, but three, but four, but five, you know, different, you know, crazy utilities attached to Volt Inu. You know, that's just wild. So this is one of those projects that you just really want to, you know, allow it to do what it does. Now, also another strategy as well is during periods of downtime, when the markets are down, that's when you should be accumulating, because some people don't just buy enough right away with that one buy to, you know, reach a level of financial freedom, or, you know, where it's life-changing money. You know, some people accumulate those bags get built up over time. They dollar cost average, they continue to, you know, invest, and when the time is right, things are, you know, you're happy that you did, let's just say that, for the least.
Mm-hmm. When I saw that link tree again, I was like, what the heck? That's wild. All that in 2022, and some of these projects, if you're selling your Volt wishing and hoping and praying that this one degen play you invested in on, like they get listed on MEXC Global, or you know, like, y'all, just sit there for a second and just think, this moment will pass. This moment that I'm feeling of FOMO in this other project will pass, if that's what you're thinking, you know what I mean? Because we are listed on over 100, you know, exchanges, and we have our own swap. We have so much going on for us. Like, I checked back all my videos, all my Vault Inu videos. I was like, oh my goodness, this is wild. Someone would have to really go back and do research, tons of research, hours of research, if they want to know like everything about Vault Inu. And there's so much going on every day. It's hard for us to even keep up, y'all. But let me refresh the Twitter really quick one more time, December. But do you have anything you want to say to the Vault Inu army, or any crypto investors?
You know, think about the future as well, not just, you know, right now. Think about, you know, Volt Inu next year. Think about stage 6 of the roadmap, you know, and when that time comes. Also, we have things like, you know, IRL, in real life events coming up soon. Y'all will be able to, you know, come pull up out here in Vegas. You know, we got something planned where I can't speak on everything, but, you know, something is in the works. So something to be excited about. Everybody get to, you know, really meet each other, you know, come face to face with a lot of the investors, and also do something exciting to give back to the Volt Army. So I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to Crypto Che, shout out to Vatoshi. You know, got some things on the wraps. But yeah, we got a lot of big things in store for Volt. So I would just be patient with the project, understand what you invested in. You know, this is why due diligence is important, so you can have the confidence to be able to leave the funds that you invested inside the project. You want to take new money and invest in other projects, not taking funds out of one project and continue to jump to the next project. Unless you just completely don't believe in that project anymore, then maybe, you know, it might be worth it. Or if you see something, you know, changed on a fundamental level, maybe like, you know, new team, you know, community support is lost, you know, something like that, maybe then, okay, it's time to jump out of that project. But just because you see something else shiny, nah, you don't want to do that.
I agree with you, December DeMarco, and I'm learning from you, and we all are. We're always learning from you. So I appreciate you taking the time to come. I finally got you in the space cabin. I'm super stoked, and I feel very, very honored that you came and you spent some time with us tonight, the Vault Army, and educated us. Y'all go check out his page. His links are in the description box below, so you got to check them out. Let me see right here, December DeMarco, and he wrote a book, y'all. Where's your December? I want my book signed.
You know, it's crazy. Some people actually came out here to Vegas to actually, some subscribers actually came out and got a book signed from me. So that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're ever in Vegas, we'll have to work something out.
Yeah, definitely. I have to have my book signed by December DeMarco. For sure. Y'all go check him out. I'm telling you, super smart dude. Love you, December. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, to Space Chick Crypto, and I hope everyone has a nice night. I'll talk to you later.
I appreciate you all.
All right.
Next time. Bye-bye.